When I was bullied, I was in 6th grade. Is when it started. When I was in 6th grade, and pretty much lasted all the way up to the end of 7th grade.
When I was bullied, I felt very unwanted. I felt alone, like I didn't have any friends, and that there was no one there to save you.
They may feel insecure, so that's why they want to bully the people that physically or mentally weaker than they are, so they will feel like powerful.
I think the main reason why I was bullied was because I was a new student in school. I started in the middle of school. Everyone had their own group of friends, their own little cliques, and I didn't have anyone there.
I think that was where it really began. The fact that I was the new kid, so of course I was gonna get picked on. And I really expected it, but it was horrible. It made me feel vulnerable the way I had no friends at this point.
Besides being the new student, I was also different culturally from the other students that were around. And the fact that since I was a new student, I kind of isolated myself from other people, and that also made myself as a target towards being bullied.
To be honest, I did not tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone that I was being bullied or bothered in school, because I was really scared about what would happen. What the bullies would do.
A lot of the times I don't want to go to school because I felt like if I went to school, people were going to make fun of me or do something mean. I would cry a lot. I would cry going to school, and it wasn't fun because you didn't want to have any friends because you didn't feel like there was anyone you could call a friend.
One guy who really picked on me more than anyone else, and I think what scared him was the fact that he wasn't the kind of like the brawny, all muscle kind of guy. He was really, really smart, probably the smartest guy in the whole school. He used that intelligence to his advantage, and he was always playing mind games with me and kind of making me feel stupid all the time. And I think that's how he degraded me most. And I was just scared of what he would do, what he would say if I snitched on him or something. So I did not do anything about it. I just let it last until the end of 7th grade. Then the next year I was in a different class and things got better.
It prevents you from actually being social because you feel like everyone hates you. You feel like people are staring at you when they're not.
And I was just so miserable for so long. You shouldn't fight them either. And that's something I really wanted to do. When I was being picked on, I just wanted to hurt this guy, just break his glasses, just, hurt him as much as I possibly could. But I knew that it would just make things worse for me because I would get in trouble. And I would advise that no one does that. You should always tell someone. Definitely tell someone.
Just sitting there and doing nothing is going to do anything. It's not. You have to go out there and do something. And if you know someone who is getting bullied, make sure you tell someone, because bullying could go to drastic measures.
Eventually, the more you take it, you're going to let it out.
I have a friend, he got bullied for years, and he never stand up for himself and ended up like his suicide last year. And I don't want this tragedy to happen over and over.
If you're being bullied, the best thing you could do is tell someone. Tell an adult, tell a teacher, tell anyone who has an authority who could maybe prevent it.
If you're a bully, it's very important for you to stand up for yourself. If you don't stand up for yourself, the bully will continue.
You do not want to be violent or solve anything with violence, because fighting fire with fire just makes a bigger fire.
So we have to break the cycle by standing up for yourself or someone. If you know someone that's been bullied, you should stand up for
Probably the most important advice I can give to anyone who is being bullied or picked on is to stay away from suicide. Don't have any of those kind of thoughts at all, because eventually you'll move on, and a few years from now you'll probably forget that you were ever bullied or picked on in the first place. I really do think it gets better.